Hi everybody, I've got a Slingbox 350 here that I just unpacked. You can watch my other unboxing video, link over here. I'm going to take this Slingbox 350 and I'm going to set it up and I'm going to show you how to do it. Up here I have my digital set-top box. I'm going to plug in the component cables, the audio cables, so the audio out, the component out. I got it here. I've got my Ethernet cable plugged into my network here, and I've got the IR blaster here. So I'm going to turn this around, lay it down, and I'm going to put the Slingbox on top. Okay, so what I've done is I've put the cables for the component, green, blue, red, just match the colors, audio, red, and white. You're putting them into the in. The signal is going to come from your set-top box into the Slingbox and then out of the Slingbox through the internet. So that's how you want to do it. And here I've plugged in the IR blaster and the power, and you can already see it starting to power up. Now turn it around so you can have a look from the front. Alright, here we are at the front. You'll see the power and network LEDs are lit up. The network cable is really stiff. I had to really push it in there. Here is your link. It's flashing. It's ready to be initialized and set up. I put my pyramid IR blaster in front of my set-top box here. Now it's ready to go. I have to figure out which TV this is connected to. But first, to do this setup, you have to be physically connected, either over, preferably over cable, but Wi-Fi will work, to the network that the Slingbox is on. So this next step you can't do over the general internet. You have to be connected to the same local network where the Slingbox is on. Okay, we're going to start by going to the www.slingbox.com/getstarted. We have a Slingbox 350, so we're going to click on here. It's going to ask me for a login, so I'm going to enter my login credentials and then continue the video. The first thing it's going to ask me is where I am, so the country, and then Canada for us, and postal code. So I will enter the postal code. Okay, I've entered my postal code. I'm going to click next. It will scan. When it's done, it'll have my options. My provider is listed up here. I will click next. I'm sorry this is a blurry video, but this video still is effective without seeing the specifics. Here it shows me a channel lineup to confirm that I've got the right stuff for who I've indicated my provider was. So I'll click next. That looks good. So now it's going to want to set up the remote, so I need to look up for the manufacturer. So I will type that in. Okay, I've typed that in, and it will automatically bring up suggestions for you. So I will select my box here, and down at the bottom, next. So now we'll check for the on-screen remote. And then it'll bring up a sample remote, and that looks good, so I'll click next. And you're done. Oh, I have to provide a rating. It was good, thank you. Done. Okay, so now I can watch, or I can change some settings. So I clicked on the settings at the bottom here, and that brought me to this screen. And then here you configure inputs. I actually had it configured incorrectly, so I did it again. I selected my color stream or my component, and I went through the step again to do that. Here it is. There's my screen. Now you can go back. You can change your location, the name of your TV service, your inputs like I just showed. You can add guest accounts. So for example here, you can invite a guest via email or Facebook, and you can put their information in here. And then what it'll do is it'll send an invite to them to watch the Slingbox. You can select an option to do when you log into your account. So this one here is to auto log into the Slingbox. If you've got multiples, you can tell it not to connect. Advanced settings. So Here's for your proxy settings, time shift buffer. The Slingbox will automatically buffer, I believe, up to half an hour. So let's go into the top here and go to live TV under watch. I'll turn up my speakers.
Roger told me what it means.
So you can see the TV's on. I'll turn that off again. Now here you can pause and it'll buffer. You have your virtual remote up here, which will show up here. You can move it around, and then here you can full screen, or you can pop out the player, add or remove guests. You can also show the program guide, which is not going to be as accurate as your real program guide, but when you're connected remotely, this will actually help reduce some of the lag when you control your device. So that was the Slingbox setup. I hope it was useful to you, and thank you for watching.